Hello, welcome back. I'm your host, some guy living in a shack in the middle of nowhere. Although it's not really a shack. It's nothing important. I'm just some guy. Well, I'm not going to be some guy for much longer, I bet. But I'm not a betting man. One of great strength and moral superiority. Quick bats and man-ventedness. And I don't know why speed flexibility is one woman's thing. I'm pretty sure no. But okay. This is the main three we're using, right? Yeah. It's not like I was going to use Aquaman, but maybe Flash would have been more important for speed.
What would I know about DC ripping off the logic? Not a whole lot.
Everyone did it. How many Superman parodies do you know about? A lot.
This is Ballistic Bunny. Okay. I'm gonna get ballistic. I don't know why we're showing the thing from episode 1, but alright.
This is Letney, which is Intel backwards. That's right.
We're inside a computer. Yeah, we're inside the CPU specifically.
Look, we got these little bugs, get it? Chipping bugs. That's what I mean about the unique ideas here, but it's like, does it make sense? It reminds me of Knuckles Chaotix. Although, I don't feel like I'm in a position to ever cover something for 32X at the moment, even though I could. It'd be like in the realm of Atari Jaguar. It's like, why am I doing this? And it's like, I don't know. Do. Oh yeah, you always gotta look out for where the secret level's gotta be. Each episode's got a single secret level. This is the episode in which there was a major bug that was fixed. It is the most important bug to be fixed. I'm glad it was fixed. I made sure it stayed fixed, and like even before the GOG patch, I had a fix for it. But yeah, it's cool. Let me tell you what you're gonna do. Gonna toast with my gun. It's gonna be 1,000 watts of fun, even though it's made of fire. Whoa! I didn't realize you could jump behind the white screen or whatever it is. Maybe it's like an X-ray thing. I don't know. I wasn't aware of it while I was playing. It didn't come up. Yeah, I guess the good music comes with it trying to be a Sonic clone. Oh, this is the run power up. You might have seen me do it last episode. Woo! I like how the music also speeds up too, like it's supposed to, even though it might confuse DOS blocks. Look at that processing, blast processing on my DOS computer. What the hell? Oh god, we're in the snowing cable channel, where nothing happens except snow. Oh yeah, I don't know. That's another thing I have to fix. The music speeding up or slowing down doesn't always happen when it's supposed to. I've gotten used to it by now, though. There we go. Yeah, don't always expect the exit to just be all the way at the end of the right. It can kind of throw you for a loop, even if it is linear. Linear. Yes, I am Linar, the greatest of... Yeah, there's my new planet, Linar, right? Woo! Get sucked up like a vacuum, they can fans! Yeah!
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. I'm voice acting right now. Yep. So what's been going on with me? Oh, hey, you know what? I saw the new Batman film and I saw Venom 2. So I'm good. There we go. Also, this is kind of a more personal thing, but it's something I'm going to have to do. The only reason I'm even hinting at this mildly is because if I have to actually do it how I think it's going to go, I may have to be out for a little while. I don't actually know how long, though. It has nothing to do with being, like, you know, when I sign off for hiatus because I'm trying to figure some things out. Well, those figuring of those things out is actually what led me to doing this, so, you know. That and I've figured out the interruption times, as in if I'm getting interrupted, I have a fix for that. Or rather, I don't, but I'm just going to let them happen, and you can just assume it's like editing. You'll assume it's like editing, won't you? You won't? Okay, fine. By the way, trust when I start making videos that are longer, that there's going to be breaks in them. Or even short videos that might have breaks. because life happens. I think the only reason that's annoying me is because I never see anyone talk about it, but clearly that's what people are doing. Even though it's just like, even if you have a video that's 15 minutes long, you still might have an interruption within those 15 minutes, and you just gotta, you know, let it happen, you know? Never assume a video is gonna be done in a single take. Let's put it that way. It's just, you're gonna see it when I'm not doing a single take. That's the difference here. I make no hides to that fact based on what I'm using to record, and plus all the different variety of things I will be recording. Even though I'm not sure about my tasting... Well, my tasting games, that's fine, thank you very much. I just mean, like, it's mostly action-y, isn't it? Like, where's that real-time strategy recording? Hey! I don't know. I wish that was more my thing, because I want it to be. I have a better chance of doing that than most other genres, actually. Oh, look, we're here already. Why'd you give me invincibility if I'm already at the exit? How could you? How could you waste my time like this? I'm invincible for nothing. It was Pyrrhic invincibility. Did you know clear backwards is real C? Oh yeah, in the episode selection menu, you can select the special stages, and I guess it'll cycle through what's available. I don't know what actually happens if you screw up, though, or if you get one right. Maybe I should do that off stream. I mean, camera off stream. I'm not streaming. Guys, am I streaming? Oh my god, I'm live! Is the gun like in my backpack? Got the Rambo stuff going on. Hey, does anyone know any animal with green fur? Asking for a friend. That seems more like... It seems more like your pet got covered in moss. I wonder if I have to do Jazz Jackrabbit 2 if that'll be banned in Britain because of the second character's name. I just saw a video on that reference to that. I'm like, he knows Jazz Jackrabbit exists. It's a miracle. You need a Jazz Jack reboot, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he shows up in Fortnite, though, which is kind of weird, but okay. Tech Noir. Well, that just sounds good on principle. This is the Blade Runner planet, isn't it? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, you know what? That's what I decided. This is the Blade Runner planet. And it's got that smooth magenta. We got some more random voice clips of people doing the voice and stuff. I compliment the musician for not actually being Michael Jackson.
Wow, I never heard of that one in my life. Thanks for noticing. Rockets to you, my friends. Cheers.
These spikes are super dumb. It's mostly because they're going to slow me down the entire time, and there's not much I can do about it. I never noticed them hunching back against the wall before. I guess that's what that looks like. Hunching back. Damn Notras. What do they know? Frollos, perhaps? But what role does Frollo play? Whatever he wants. Bum, 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 bum. Hit that missiles. Oh, RF missile. Okay. Apparently I didn't get an opportunity to see what... I guess I didn't check the mail to see what RF stand for. If I had to guess, like refraction fire or something. Or just a rabbit fire missile, I mean, why not? But, okay. It might be a refraction thing, actually, yeah. That's my guess. Assuming they even give away what the initials are. Not that they have to, but they could have. I like when games advertise themselves. Like with these epic water towers. That's funny. You could say that Epic is basically the Sega to Apogee's Nintendo, except Apogee doesn't really have their own thing. Although I ascribe that the Epic picking up on the player Battleground Unknown stuff. Or unknown, yeah. They picked up on the player Unknown Battlegrounds trend. And there's other stuff like that since, but that's just kind of like... kind of blame Team Fortress 2 for that a little bit, because of the free-to-play nature, actually. I blame free-to-play for a lot of things. where it's free to play, but not free to win. No. The price you pay is your time trying to grind stuff. You know what? That's exactly what it is. Ding, ding, then you're paying in some other way. With money out of your parents' credit card. Credit cards were only a thing about 8 years before I existed, so... Then again, cars have only been a thing for like over 100 years. So, we take life for granted with this technology. Oh, imagine people growing up after the internet's already established. They already exist, and they're just like, wow, you know. Not to say I'm going to be like, in the old days. I just mean, in some cases, if you have to live without certain things, it can happen. It's not like you're roughing it, it's just... Not everyone's designed for every piece of technology there is. So, you know, if you're wondering why not everyone's good with why everyone's not good with computers, it's because computers were invented. It doesn't mean everyone's good with them just because they're it's the same with cars. Like, is everyone a fucking car master? I don't think so. You want proof? Try driving on the road anywhere and tell me that everyone knows how to use a car. They probably don't! But that's just a nitpicky situation. It is Tech-Noir. Tech-Noir. The blackest of all technos. The blackest technique. What would that be like, you think? Super black. Yeah, I don't know. That's super weird. Okay, I like... Again with the Sonic CD reference, but that moving... The moving spring pad definitely brings Sonic CD to mind, especially when you go to, like, the future in some of those levels, and they just bring those in. It's like, oh, wow, oh, no, it's moving, what do I do? Some of those in this game also float in the air and fly. It's quite a breeze. Makes throwing rocks seem such at ease. Yeah. I'm not Chunky Kong, I swear. Chunky's dead. No, he's not. He was never alive to begin with. That which was never alive. It's like, can't die because it was never alive. It's like, what? Never would be, would isn't, is. Okay, cool. You'll know I'm in a bonus level when you see the second number be like 3. Okay, don't blame me if you don't know what the number 3 means. It means Half-Life. I don't know. I was just seeing something about, like, why do we have Half-Life clones? It's just like, if you're cloning Half-Life, you have to clone the whole story, and that's not really how that works. When they say Doom clone, they mean a gameplay style, alright? That just has to do with things, seeing things, and thinking they look the same, so therefore they are the same, and that's your mistake, and not mine! You try playing Doom and then playing Blood and tell me that's the same. It might feel the same, it'll look the same, but it's not gonna play the same as you might think. Perhaps it does, in some ways, but also much different. Oh well. I don't worry about copycat games anyway. I probably am likely to play copycat games, assuming they're alright. You know, leave the patents to someone else. I can't tell you about patent laws. Especially since I know some people are lawyers that just, like, are fine with all areas of law except for patents. Like, that's its own bullshit tree. Man. I think that'd be the most depressing job, is to work the patent office. It's like, oh no, trying to copyright the word candy again. What are we going to do? Uh-oh. Speaking of copywriting weird things, the whole thing of Monsanto, people are like, oh no, it's not natural, therefore it's poison. That was never my problem. You know what my problem, Monsanto, is? Trying to copyright food. Implying genetic modification. Never mind if the genetic modifications are bad or not. If you're, like, copywriting DNA, and people are eating that DNA and absorbing some of that DNA, if that works or whatever, you know, besides you should not be copyrighting food, okay? You should not be copyrighting DNA, especially if it becomes human DNA. Then that's pretty much how you bring back slavery, and it's not as if no one's doing that. I'm just saying that'd be a big step down from civilization. Do not do. You heard me. Oh, we got some TNT.
Well, that was depressing. Why did you talk about that? I don't know. How did we get in the subject of corn?
Especially since corn doesn't really amount to much anyway. Oh well. People are always saying like, oh, technology is too much. What about agriculture? That was a technology. The way we harvest corn in the first place. You ever think of that? You ever think genetic modification begins with irrigation and stuff? The moment you change the future of a plant, bam, artificial. See bananas for more information. Oh man, I can't wait to die. You know what really sucks about dying is when you have to regain ammo again. That can really put you at a disadvantage, especially if you're at a boss. If I want to know my bran flakes, and then I shove them in my mouth with the raisins.
Raisin in the sun.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that too. Speaking of, hey, people who made poker night at the inventory, 2 of them. Can we get more stuff like that? I want some weird fictional character crossover poker games. This is a really good idea. There's only 2 of them, and I want more of that stuff. Like if you're doing like, instead of doing Smash Brothers clones, I want Poker Night clones. Okay, that's what I want. You better believe when Smash Bros. Ultimate was released, everyone in the grandma was like, okay, time to release all our Smash clones since we know Nintendo's probably not going to make another one for like 20 years or something. Originality is not dead, by the way. You just got to take time to innovate and try not to force it. Our current stature and growth in terms of technology has simply been for the last 50 years or so due to computing. And we only accounted for a certain limit, and we made the transistors and stuff pretty freaking small. You can only make them so small. We must have known there was a limit. So we need to reach outer space, get some more tech. Alright, that's what I'm saying. Go colonize space! Do it now! So I can find a green rabbit and give it a gun. And start this whole game myself. Oh, we got reflection. Except I don't give you credit for that because Duke Nukem 1 had reflection in the water. So there. Beat out by like 3 years. How does it feel? How's it feel, Jazz? How's it feel, Rock Rabbit? Also, what's a jackalope? Do they exist? We're going to the secret, which is literally the next road over. Oh, something this secret introduces, you'll see at other times, are these jump boot things. Now, those stack, and basically when you grab one, you're able to jump higher. And to the level of you being able to do practically that moon jump code you may have done in Game Genie and platformers many times ago, which I've done. More One Must Fall references. I guess we just shoved all of them in the bonus stages. Okay. I wonder if they're in Jackrabbit 2, or did we forget about that also? I don't know. I'm just reminded Jackrabbit 2 is also done in part by Orange Games. I don't know why that is. Though that may have something to do with the decline of the series as a whole, since I heard about their... I didn't hear about it. I know about this. There's Jackrabbit, the third game, which is like a 3D platformer, so, you know, on par with like a PlayStation game, really. And, you know, it's not finished, but what it has is interesting, and it's got different and good music, again. You know, that's a missed opportunity soundtrack, if I ever heard one. Maybe someone will use it elsewhere. Maybe someone already has in their mods? What can I say? Reminds me of the good times. Throw TNT in your face. Then get out all over the place. And then you get magenta and you get the... Alright, I don't see the point of speed boots when there's no enemies, but alright, sure. You know, you want to take less time. Yeah, see that? Those items gave me more time. And I don't know why, but they do. Maybe that... Yeah, wait a minute. Maybe it's a meta joke because I'm collecting CPU chips. Alright. I'll buy it this time. What if we go in the sideways? We can get another bird. No, you can't. You can't double up on your Squawks clones. That's not how that works. Also, you don't get a flashlight. Do you look like someone who needs a flashlight? You got a gun. You blow things up. That's your light of flashingness. Welcome to Orbitus. It sounds like classic Kisubo in here. Anyway, this is the level that's broken if you don't have the right version / patch. Because of how a certain part of this element is necessary in order to actually play. It has something to do with these, I don't know what you call them. I'm going to say like vertical conveyors that bounce you back and forth. And you need to utilize them properly in order to get around. You know, you have to orbit around them. Ah, I get it. I don't know. I don't get the theme of this level at all. Why? I like the little turtles that can hurt, but they don't actually do anything to me, and yet I go after them anyway, because I got so much ammunition, I don't know how to do it. Ammunition? Ammunition. Minutia. That's right, not your Nusha. Minutia. Latutia. All these enemies have nothing to write home about. But you know what? This is probably your first instance of dealing with moving platforms. Yeah, this is the wrong game to associate moving platforms with. Oh man, the way I jump and move is so fast, and you gotta have precision jumping. That's bad. That's bad, okay? Whatever, this hoverboard will mitigate. Here's today's hoverboard. I hope you like hoverboards. I like hoverboards too, even though we live past the year in which they should already exist. That's not actually the problem. You know what the problem is? Getting enough power, force / thrust in order to actually stay in the air. AKA, why don't we have jetpacks? Basically, hoverboard, same thing in terms of making it work. Although the hoverboard would be more portable, you'd be safer in the jetpack if you just strap it around your arms. Like Duke Nukem. Safety first, and then you kick your enemies' asses with a gun. Then you jump on their heads. Refracto! Alright, so you want to be a Rugrat, okay? Let me tell you. There's carrots up in the sky, worth lots of money for your, vegetable juice. Try a V8. You could have had one of those, you know? Yeah. Someone hiring me to do, like, sponsorships? I don't know. Oh, yeah, I guess since we're talking about that, I mentioned this on Twitter, but hey, did you know I have super thanks? Now, I know I don't want to remind people the same way I'd be like and subscribe every time, but just this once, click the super thanks thing. It's right below the video. It should look like, I think it's like a heart with a $sign on it, and it says thanks. And you click on it and you get a choice of a few amounts. I don't think you can do custom amounts. I don't know why that is. The lowest you can do is $2, and the most you can do is $50, and that's just per thanks though. So don't worry about like wanting to send me a lot at once. I think it's just, you know, shit gets crazy if you try to contribute a bunch of money that way at once. And I presume that's to prevent things like, well, besides fraud, I mean lobbying and campaigning in a way, which is obvious that someone donated $1 million to you for, you know, a propaganda piece, and you're just like, no, I don't want to be a part of that unless you want to just do it in payments, in which case they have more vision over the situation. I don't know. Anyway, if you do that, I would get only about 70% of that after, like, taxes and such. But on a good day, that means the least you're giving me that way is, let's see, $1.40 versus what? It's 3/4 of 50. Hang on a second. Oh, wait, I know. It's 24. 25 plus 12. 36.75. Something like that. I wasn't going to crunch numbers too hard, even though I could have. I want to move on with talking over the game. You're too lazy to map! How dare you! Yes, be like me. Be Doug Funny. Do. If Mario's gonna come by without his flood, that's his mistake. It looks like Juno Racer's in here. Just a little bit. It's a very 90s game, if you couldn't already tell. It's the most 90s platformer that still holds up. That just stays in the 90s. Like, other platformers in the 90s have evolved into something else over the years, but this one just stays as a 90s platformer and doesn't really leave. Didn't start in the 80s either, so most 90s platformer right here. Jazz Jackrabbit, candidate for probably one of the best DOS games. I still think my favorite DOS game is Duke Nukem 3D, but this is up here. Maybe in the top 10. Definitely in the top 100. You can see, like, what was it, the top 100 most worthwhile DOS games somewhere? Yeah, there's good ones. You gotta find them, but there's good ones. And if there's one you haven't heard about that you have to find, oh, that's the best part, man. My favorite part about being on the internet still to this day is looking up games I've never even imagined existed for so long. And they're still out there. You want a good example? Clones or fan games that work on like AGI/King's Quest. So there's these custom point-and-click adventures that are just hanging around somewhere that you don't know about, and that have been existing in this closed community you were never thinking about. And I think the same way about Half-Life clones. I bet a lot of people are making games like that. They're just keeping themselves, and that's why you never heard of them. Probably, yeah, Half-Life clones don't exist in the same way point-and-click adventure games, or exist in the same way point-and-click adventure games do, in that they're there, you just gotta find them. Of course, I don't think you'll see a Half-Life playthrough here. That's a differently structured first-person shooter entirely. Nothing wrong with it. In fact, there's nothing wrong with it. I know it fits on this channel, what doesn't. This is not that. It's kind of like when there's certain things I don't watch that I know are good. Like, I have yet to see, like, The Godfather, and I probably know it's really good, and I just haven't seen it. And I'm not going to downplay it either. That's just going by guessing. Grab those rapid fire guns that speed up your freaking gun. We got those shoot 'em up power-ups. How about some Tyrion 2000 fun? 2001? Yeah, a DOS Odyssey. Woo! I hope there's more people trying to make DOS games. I don't just mean mods, I mean homebrew DOS games that can hold up still. I'm not talking about those weird gimmicky ones they made sometime in the middle 2000s where they're just like, hey, look what I can do. It's just like, no, I mean some real stuff. Like, I guess what they did with that D-Maker Retro City Rampage, I guess comes close, but still, that's based off commercially and they're released in some other way. So, one that is exclusively DOS-ish. But, okay. Oh, right, what about that Super Fighter game? Oh, I don't know. That's a bit above my pay grade. I can't do fighting games. I've been talking for so long. Actually, I'm recovering from another head cold, so that might have something to do with my voice going bazooka nerds. That's alright. As I've probably told you the last time I get sick, when you get a cold and you get feverish, your brain does weird things. And my brain was doing weird things. I don't want to talk, I mean, I do want to talk about it, but it was saying some things that are even off-kilter for me. I'm trying to think of the degree in which it was off-kilter. It was like stuff like, hey, that guy farted a mountain. That's the kind of stuff I'm saying during my, like, fever high. Okay? And even as a joke, that doesn't even make sense to me, so I don't even know why I said it. It's just like, you know, it's pretty good. But I went through that one real easy. I've gotten better about it, because the last one I went through, I had some coffee, and now I'm off coffee, and now it's just like, can't stop thinking about coffee, because I remember how good it tastes. But that's alright. You know what? In some form of fashion, I will satisfy my taste buds. I don't need coffee to do that.
Boy, do I like it bitter. Bitterman, you go to that Quake 3 game and you come back a champion. Live. Okay, Bitterman. He's so bitter to be here.
Oh yeah, what's in the pipe for other stuff? Ooh, you know what though? Based on how I'm going to deal with interruptions, I know it's going to happen soon. I'm finally going to do my Super Metroid LP. Yeah, because it's not going to take me very long. So I want to do it. Yeah, let's have non-linear games at the Game Will Plays channel. Mostly so I can do Hexen. I know I've been waiting for, and everyone's been waiting for Hexen. I'm like, I am your guy. I will figure out Hexen for you. And especially since I want to do the other things, which is Death Kings of the Dark Citadel, and Hexen 2 in its other pack. Hits the spot. Hexen 2 really hits the spot. Oh, yeah. What's the boss of episode 2, you ask? I'll remember in a second. You see, it requires me seeing it. He's riding an ostrich. Alright, so this is the Mega Man X2 boss? Yeah, this was an annoying fight, to be sure. I didn't realize he was shooting the left and the way he was moving. Ostriches are fast. How did he hire an ostrich anyway? Or rather, there's that trope where it's just like, okay, you got anthropomorphic animals interacting with actual animals. Who takes priority? Easy example, when you have Goofy and Pluto on the same screen at once, they're just like, who's the dog man and who's the dog? What the actual hell, Disney? What kind of logic is this? Unfortunately for all of us, Pluto stopped being a fictional character at the same time Pluto stopped being a planet. No, he's real. No. Maybe he used to be real, now he's not real. Oh no! He lived for 30 years in our hearts. Greatest thing about playing a game that thinks it's realistic for its time is it's not going to be realistic 20 years later. They're going to go back on it and be like, what? So, whenever you're trying to do something realistic, whether it be a TV show or a video game or something, don't go too hard on it. You get dated really quickly. Looks like someone's trying to call me on the phone, but I think it's a spam call again. It did not say spam, but I'm pretty sure it's spam. However, I'll figure out who that is. Usually my phone tells me when it's spam, I'm just like, But that time I'm pretty sure it was someone making a wrong number. Which does happen. Somehow! I guess you have enough people on this earth, someone's gonna call you by accident. At least in the same country. If someone calls me out of country, I would be impressed, because you'd have to purposely dial the country code in order for that to happen! Which I guess happens to Americans, of course, so I just been anywhere else be like, what? This country's calling that country? What's that about? Rap Jacket. Devin is building a cloning machine. Jazz rocked the 3 techno planets. Now he must pursue Devin into an all-natural, fat-free, no-preservative area of the galaxy. Ooh, it's the diet galaxy. Kill. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this game. There's one other game that does it too. With these cutscenes, they feel really crispy, even though they're animated fine. Yeah, take that. I'm better than Nick. Ha ha ha. I definitely... If there was a Cliff on there, he's no longer Cliff. It's me now. I absorb all the developers and make them into my own.